Uh, yeah, it was. Well, I was at the tail end of national service, and I was a conscientious objector, and I ended up working on work camps in Austria and Germany and France and stuff, and then working for Sue Ryder for Project Shed out there. At one time in Austria, we were living on a refugee camp and stuff, and we all got this terrible European form of dysentery, and they sent me down to another camp that was run by the Danish Red Cross, who fed me up with vitamins and managed to stop the flow, and that was all Hungarians. Well, I got fairly pally with some of them, and when I'd recovered, they invited me out for a drink. So I said, "Oh, great, right, lovely." So we all met on the Saturday night, and met outside the camp, and they started marching off very determinedly, you know. So I said, "Oh, where are we going?" Because I knew sort of most of the pubs around there. And they said, "Oh, well, you know, we're going a bit further out. It's probably a place you don't know." So we kept on bloody marching. We were walking for about an hour, and we finally got to this place, and we went in there, and we were only in there 5 minutes, and they were amazing. I mean, they went through the whole, there was about 8 of us, I think. They went through the whole gamut of human emotions, you know, like jollity and celebration and weeping and moaning and fighting and chasing the young ladies behind the bar and everything. And we got thrown out of there within a very short space of time. And then it finally dawned on me why we'd had to walk so far. They'd been barred from every pub for sort of like 5 mile radius. But it was quite nice at Hungarian camp, because while I was there being recovered from my disembowelment and green steam, I met a young lady there who was ever so nice, and she also invited me to come down for a drink one weekend, so I went down there, and I used to pop down there for subsequent weekends and that. And then after about 3 weeks of this, all my mates wouldn't talk to me in the bar, and there was all these sort of sour looks and everything else, and you know, I couldn't work it out. And then I finally found out in the end she was the sort of like the local lady what used to hire herself out to all the others, and I'd been having her for free all over the weekend, which was like their best time. So I mean, I wish she'd have told me, but she was a lovely lady. Yeah, it really was like heightened emotional experiences, you know. They're absolutely crazy Hungarians. But there were all sorts going on down there. Like when I was languishing with me bowels, for which they turned up one day with this thing looked like a shampoo sachet and said, you know, you need building up, there's some vitamins. So I said, oh right, what do I do? Like snip the top off? And they said, no, you stick it up your arse. I said, I'm not putting that up, you know. So I did finally end up sniffing the top off and banging it back in one. But while I was languishing there, being looked after by the Danish Red Cross on a diet of fish, we used to get crates and crates of 50,000 different sorts of tinned fish. It was great. I quite like tinned fish. I collect sardines actually. I've got 200 different tins of sardines upstairs, which you can look at later if you know. But I was laying there languishing one night, and there was all this grinding of gears and shunting of motors and whatnot going on. And I looked out the windows, all flashing lights and running feet, and had a lot of activity, but I was too feeble to bother to do anything more about it. But in the morning, some of the lads come in, and they were giving me these packets of Budapest fags and slipping bottles of Hungarian plonk in me bed. And this was about 2 years after the Hungarian Revolution, and like, you know, the Iron Curtain's supposed to be sewn up tight, but somehow them buggers were getting lorry loads of fags and blues over from Hungary. Well, I mean, it can't be that tight, can it? There must be a lot of holes in it. And I mean, that was then.